This is probably the best monitor that money can buy. Hey there guys, it's Mr. Q, friendly neighborhood Qatari, and behind me we've got a Dell gaming monitor. Now I know that this is not the best monitor out there, and in fact if you have any troubles trying to select a good monitor, I've got a video coming up which is the 101 of choosing monitors. But let's get started with this one.
The monitor behind me is the Dell S2716DG. I feel like I should be unlocking a secret level using a Game Shark every time I say it. Now let's also talk about the looks. It's fantastic in my opinion. It's got small bezels of course, but best of all, it doesn't have that gamer colorway that everybody's going with. This gray stand is awesome and will fit with almost any setup. We've got a QHD resolution, which is a great balance between getting crispy images without affecting frame rates, especially at ultra or epic settings. It's a 27-inch screen and a widescreen, and I know that everybody's moving towards ultra-wide monitors. However, for most gamers, you'll consider this the best size and aspect ratio since most games support it without any cropping, and it's not too big to the point where you have to turn your head. The panel itself is a TN panel, but it's pretty good. I know that many people will talk about TN panels not having great viewing angles, but I tend to sit straight in front of the screen when I'm gaming and not at an angle. So let's move the keyboard where it should be because nobody games at an angle. In terms of ports, we have one HDMI 1.4 connector, one DisplayPort 1.2 connector, 4 USB 3.0 ports, an audio in, and a headphone jack. Let's talk about that hinge. It's buttery smooth. Moving the screen up and down is very important for me, and I tend to adjust the height of my seat depending on what I'm doing, so raising or lowering the monitor is important. For you coders out there, you can also swivel it so that it's vertical too. It's also got a matte anti-glare coating, which is great for me since I've got a window right behind me. And when I held up my torch from my phone onto the screen, I could see that it does a really good job. I also appreciate the fact that while we have two USB ports behind the screen, we also have two on the left-hand side. This makes plugging in USB sticks really convenient. It's especially convenient for me because I have a lot of wireless peripherals, and I don't like to keep my wires always plugged into the PC. I put them in my drawer, and so I can quickly plug it in and pull it out so that I can have a nice, clean desk. GSync is a must so that we can reduce tearing, and that's built in. Couple that with the 144 refresh rate and 1 millisecond response time and you've got some great fluid gaming. So I decided to game a little bit, and I wanted to show you first of all how fluid the screen was and also how well, after a little bit of calibration, how well the colors looked in Overwatch. I don't see any tearing. I think that you'll agree that the game really does look buttery smooth, and of course, when it comes to firing those bullets, oh yes, I can see them move pixel by pixel. Okay, maybe I'm exaggerating just a little bit, but you can agree it looks smooth. I thought that this example was pretty good, so I picked Orisa, and when I walk on through, you can see that when I fire that magnetic pulse cannon thing, yes, it is super smooth. So let's talk about the downsides. Well, you're going to need to do a bit of calibration. Right out of the box, I noticed that the colors weren't really that great, but it's okay, just a couple of tweaks here and there, and everything gets nicely tuned. A few tweaks to the settings made a big difference. I'd suggest that Dell does some calibration from the factory for default settings, but again, I'm just one guy. Maybe if more people are vocal, they'll consider doing this, especially since this is a gaming monitor. Finally, and this isn't a big deal, but I wish the cable routing hole was a little bit higher up, because from where it's located and the typical height of the monitor, I see the wires, and I don't want to see any wires.
Now, is this the best monitor out there? No, it's not. And I know that the IPS versus TN panel warriors are going to be in the comment section below, and I want to hear from you guys. There's one thing that you can't deny, that this is great value at around $450, $500. It's a pretty good steal. But do you recommend another great value monitor? Let us all know in the comment section below. If you like this video, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up because thumbs are free, but they mean a lot to me. And of course, if you want to see the latest videos, don't forget to subscribe. Take care.